Colosseum roars with 100,000 fights. AJ's got his fire wheels gripping tight. He's gunning for the lead like a man born to fight. Double D's chrome toasted, glinting in the turns. Kicks up sparks, leaves rubber that burns. Gabe slicing through, ice cold as steel. At Bristol, baby, you race or you kneel. 'Cause she's a Bristol bitch, ain't got no shame. She'll chew you up and spit out your name. High banks, tight walls, tempers ignite. Where legends are made in the heat of the night. Feels leaning in, Ron's riding that edge. Corns wrecking hearts from the front to the ledge. Bristol, Bristol, no place to flinch. She don't give mercy, that Bristol bitch. Ron's got that grin like he's been here before. Left his fenders on the wall and still beg for more. Feels pounding gears like a man possessed. He don't chase trophies, he lays them to rest. Corn's flying blind with nothing to lose. Takes 3 wide in the marbles like he's wearing no shoes. Gabe's got his groove, AJ's on his tail. But one loose turn and this train's off the rail. Yeah, she's a Bristol bitch, meaner than sin. She'll break your pride before you can win. Concrete jungle, high-speed cage, where fuel meets fury and rage hits the stage. Phil's throwing blows, Ron's wheeling slick. Corn stirring chaos with every click. Bristol, Bristol, no time to switch. You either drive mean or serve that bitch. No mirrors, no friends, just steel and sound. You dance with the devil on that half-mile ground. She don't forgive, she don't forget. You either send it deep or drown in regret. One last lap and the crowd's going wild. Double D's flying like a reckless child. Phil's on the apron, Gabe's rim riding tight. AJ's throwing sliders in the dead of the night. Corn's in the smoke, Ron's rising rich. All bow down to the Bristol bitch. You don't tame her, you just try to survive her. Welcome to Bristol. Systems on me. 3 screens green. AZ Stevens. Clear for launch.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another round of the NASCAR Throwback Series. It is round 16, which means we start the chase tonight. Should be a pretty good race. With, I believe, with the Daytona 500 and everything going on, we've got the top 12 championship contenders in the race, at least for tonight. 200 laps around here at Bristol. They got 3 sets, or I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it is. Or it's 150 laps tonight. Now I'm questioning if I got that right. It is 150 laps tonight at Bristol. 3 sets of tires on the wall. And there will not be a comp caution with the minimum amount of drivers that we have because of where the comp caution actually would fall. It would fall at 105 because they have a rule that it has to be 30. No, you have to have more than 30% of the race still in existence. Pit window is like 103. So there will not be a comp caution tonight. Go ahead and get this off the screen. But like I said, the chase starts tonight. Andrew Phipps is going to be our points leader as he had 6 wins on the season. So that will make some things go interesting. Ed, it happens. It seriously happens. It's whatever. So not much I can change about it. We're gonna fix the track map really quick because that seems to be busted. Because again, some days this overlay just bites me dearly. But no, we're gonna take another stab. We're gonna take a stab at the 500. Probably might run the fix tomorrow night, and then the open for sure on Friday night. So hopefully it goes better than my Road to Pro endeavor. I was really bummed last night, guys. I'll tell you that. I got off the sim last night and I seriously contemplated selling all my stuff. I really did. It just is mind blowing to me. So, but here we are back for another, day of racing. We'll be racing again tomorrow, and I might even do an A Open after this. I don't know. We'll see. So, got a few guys that have elected not to qualify, it looks like. Robbie, I'm really hoping that it goes decent. I watched Dustin Ray run the fixed today, and in true bullshit fashion that is super speedway racing, they wrecked last lap, like coming out of turn 4, just a field killer. So it was just great. That's pretty badass, Diggs. Jeff Pless finishing up, I believe, some qualifying, or I kind of thought he was trying to figure out where pit road was, or where pit road entrance was. So, oh, Diggs, the more that I looked at it, the worse it got. The more it pissed me off. And yeah, that's all I'll really say on stream about it. If you really want to know how I feel about it, you can hit me up on Discord. But to say I'm not surprised by what I saw, I'm not surprised. Oh, man. Yeah, I do believe Jeff's still trying to figure out pit road entrance, because that's what it looks like he keeps working on. These guys do have dual pit roads tonight, but with the limited amount of people, we're probably only going to have, well, we will only have the front pit, or front stretch pit area, which will make things a little bit more interesting. You're correct in that assumption, Diggs. I will say that. And the worst part was it was a really good race for the most part, and then out of the blue, these guys couldn't quit wrecking. But it's whatever, I guess. All right, let's get some things going on here. I'm just waiting for the grid to pop up. There we go. Jesse Bedell going to put it on the front row with a 14.934. Jacob Bowen going to start to his outside. Andrew Phipps is going to start third. Kevin Savoy is fourth. Anthony Crownover starts fifth. Dennis Daly's going to start sixth. Jeff Pless is seventh. Diesel Weasel is eighth. Carter Nelson is ninth. Eric Cap 10th. Dustin Haynes is 11th. Josh Brock going to start 12th. And let's move back a little bit further. We've got Aiden Haller and Anthony McPherson 13th and 14th, but I do not believe that they are in session. So that'll take care of the starting lineup for tonight's race. We'll get our grid up. We're going to get our track map and pay some bills. And these guys are going to get ready to go do battle for 150 laps around Bristol. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some green flag pit stops tonight. Be honest with you. All right, I think we got... Pace car should duck off here. Nope, we're going to go one more time around, it looks like. That is true, Robbie. That is true. Oh, Diggs, it was... yeah, it was dumb. It's the way that it calculates where you're at in the pack at the time, and then it doesn't change until you hit the start finish line. But enough about me for a little bit. Pace car is going to duck off when we come out of 4. Jesse Bedell is going to lead us to the start finish line, and we're going to get this show on the road. Restart zone is in effect, and we are green flag racing from Bristol. Now, I might try and do a crank it up here in a little bit. Ooh, as it looked like Bowen swatted the wall. Jesse Bedell going to lead down in turn number 1. Pip's going to be right behind him. Let's see if we can't. We're going to try doing a couple of different things here. Man, you got to work quick on the trigger for that one. Jacob Boa gets around Andrew Phipps, puts it up into second. Get our gap up just so you guys can see what's going on. But right now, the battle for the top 4 is strung out. Even back a little bit further, we're pretty strung out right now. I believe Crownover trying to get around Savoy. You know Savoy, he's going to try and make it last. Try to make the fuel stretch if he can. But hopefully these guys can start to kind of pull up towards your leaders. They are 2.1 back right now. But Savoy maybe looking at long term, you know, with the minimum amount of cars in the race, it doesn't make sense to push the hell out of the tires. Maybe see if you can't, you know, save some speed for late in the run, as Crownover is going to try to go around him on the high side. Savoy just going to lurk that low line. Crownover is going to go around. See if he can't set sail after the top 4. Back up front, Jesse Bedell continues to lead. Jacob Bowen in that 18 car. He did switch cars over the last week to the 18. And then we've got Andrew Phipps in third. Dennis Daly sits there in fourth in that Greg Biffle machine. Dennis is just kind of riding. See if he can actually hang with him long run. Because that's one thing about this car, is it's really tricky to gauge where you need your speed at. Especially as we get to long run just because of how tight these cars usually get. Kind of looks like these guys are trying to use the apron to turn a little bit. You can see crown over starting to appear. We'll go off the nose of his car because these guys are getting a lot bigger in the windshield. Let's show last lap times. Crown over running 15.2. The guys in front kind of evened out. He's catching Dennis though, so we'll have to see about that. It sounds like Kevin may have gotten loose. Not sure what happened to Savoy there, but he had a 16-second lap time. Oop, no, we need that. So back to the battle for the lead. Andrew Phipps going to try to go under Jesse Bennell. Phipps is underneath him. They're side by side down into turns 3 and 4. So the top 3 have shaken up a little bit with Andrew Phipps going to lead the way. Dennis falling off a little bit. Crownover going to try and get to these guys as he's about 1.5 back. Yeah, Michelle, as Robin just said, I think the next episode will be next Sunday is the plan. So I've got to wait on JD to get a couple of things so that way we can actually do the recording. But I think once he's got everything, we should be good to go for that. So Crownover still pulling in your leaders. He's down to 1-3. Double D falling off 2.5. I mean, we're only 20 laps out of 150, so anything can change. And if these guys are saving a little bit, as I suspect that Mr. Savoy probably is, let's check last time. Yeah, Kevin's still running 202s to the leader's 3s. So I think it's going to be all about when you can push and how hard you can push. So I think I think if you can kind of stay on that edge of not pushing too much but pushing enough, I think it sways just the all-out, flat-out effect. We'll see what Savoy can do here as he gets ready to go around Dennis Daly. So the top 3, I want to check that gap for Crownover. Crownover's sitting at 1.4 now, so Crownover starting to lose a little bit. I got to wonder if he didn't push it too hard too early, and now he's going to have to back it up. Kevin Savoy sits at 3.2 seconds back from your leader. Looks like Josh Brock just got around Dustin Haynes. That's for 7th. Back up front, Bennell's trying to pressure Phipps. See if he can't get him to make... Oh, as Bennell makes contact with the wall pretty heavily. No damage to that car, though. Rolls through the corner some more. What we got going on now? Sound like Diesel maybe gave Pless a bump. Back to the front. I'm looking at Phipps. It looks like they're about to put Eric Kapp a lap down. I think Eric's just into 1 and 2. Yeah, you'll see him there off the edge of your screen. And now Phipps starting to put a little bit of distance on Benell, about 0.2 up. So I don't know if Benell trying to kind of reel things back in here a little bit. Maybe let the tire cool down, see if he can't get it to turn into the corner a little bit nicer than what he had. But the top three are real tight together. Kevin Savoy down to 2.9 right now. Let's check on something here really quick. We're gonna go inside with Kevin Savoy for a lap here. You hear he's just super duper smooth. Not really getting real wild on the wheel. So I gotta imagine probably some of that tire saving coming into effect. He doesn't have to really run tight. So I think he's able to run a little bit faster laps than these guys. Savoy 15.4. He is catching Crown over in a hurry. He's still faster overall than your leaders. We'll check this time around. Yeah, he's still faster than Phipps. Phipps with a 15.5. So definitely going to get interesting as we go back to the battle for the lead. Benell's still all over the back of Phipps. I kind of got to wonder if a lot of these guys are going to come down at like lap 75, pit at that halfway point, or if they're going to run it all the way out on fuel. I guess it's going to depend on what that right front feels like here in about another, 30 laps or so. Savoy has him down to 2.5. So your top 10 run as such: Phipps, Benell, Bowen, Crownover, Savoy, Daly, Brock, Haynes, Pless, Weasel, and Nelson. Or, I'm sorry, Nelson's actually 11th. So I think Diggs, he's just biding his time. Like I said, the man's like the master of saving tire and saving fuel. And, you know, if he can get a little bit longer out of the tires, I think that's the play. If you can get it to go the full length on the fuel and not really drop your lap times off, I think you're in a pretty good position. So Phipps goes to put Carter Nelson a lap down here. Carter keeps it up in the wall. Savoy's got him down to 2.1. Now it's just getting through the lap traffic and getting around that 5 car. Take a look at that really quick. As Savoy is he's just rolling that bottom, and he's all over the back of Crownover. I think Crownover used it up too much trying to get to Phipps and Benell early on to try to get something going with them, and unfortunately burned up that right front possibly. Savoy's actually dropping off a little bit. He's now back to 5 as he's trying to find a way around Crownover and Carter. Now he's going to take it to the outside, see if he can go around Crownover on the outside and start gaining back some time. He gets into the corner and around Crownover. So now he's got to make up a little bit of time here. He lost about 4/10. I think he can pick it back up. We'll have to kind of watch for it. Go back up to the front. The top 2 have dropped Bowen off the back as they lap Diesel Weasel there. Let's check last lap times. Phipps with a 15.6. Savoy also a 15.6. Actually, is a little bit slower than Phipps that time. So, Savoy gonna need to let these tires kind of come back to him, see if he can pull these guys in. And Savoy trying to go around the bottom side of Jacob Bowen in the 18. He does that successfully, and off he's gonna go towards Andrew Phipps, or actually Jesse Bennell first. The gap back up. Savoy back to about 3 seconds. Back up to Andrew Phipps. He's actually pulled a little bit. He's about a second up on Jesse Bennell at the moment. He's going to roll the bottom right under Dustin Haynes. Let's see if we can't find a battle going on the track. Savoy back down to 2.7, so he is starting to pull Phipps back in. I think the big thing is just making sure you're not in that dirty air. So Bowen's gonna have Crown over and Double D all over him. Dennis trying to go back after Crown over. The last lap times on them. Dennis about 2/10 faster than Crown over right now. So I think Dennis is just trying to save as much tire and keep it rolling as best as possible. But I think Dennis might be able to get a twofer here with Crown over and Bowen as they sit nose to tail. Check our gaps. Crown over underneath Bowen for a second. It's got to make you wonder if these guys adjusted their brake bias. Oh, and there goes Bowen around. I think that might bring out a caution. It does not. Bowen already rolling. Well, if he didn't have roasted tires before, he does now. Phipps continues to lead. Bennell 1.6 back, and Mr. Savoy is all over him. We'll see if Savoy can get around Bennell quickly, because he is on pace to pass Phipps, I think, by the end of a fuel run. Savoy's still there. He's trying to get to him. Dustin Haynes on pit road. Savoy around the bottom of Bennell. And he's going to take off after Phipps. Let's check last lap times. We'll check it the next time around. I'm curious to know if Savoy can run faster than Phipps right at the moment. And he can. And that was with a car in the way. So where's Mr. Phipps? He's got to be coming out of turn number 2, headed into 3. I can see Savoy off the corner of the screen. Ooh, his Carter clobbers the wall. So right now, Savoy's faster by 1/10.5 almost. So he's down to 2-2. You see Savoy just coming off of turn number 4 back there. Go off the nose of Kevin. He's just trying to be real nice to them tires. Try to let it roll in the middle as best he can. And Savoy was actually able to clear Carter a lot faster than Phipps was. So I'll go back a little bit further. Jesse Bennell continuing to fall off. Double D sits in 4th, about 7 seconds back. He's going to need to start cranking out some lap times here. Hopefully when he gets some new shoes, he can start driving that thing forward. Andrew Phipps continues to lead 2-2 over Kevin Savoy. I think we just heard Anthony Crownover headed to pit road. He is Josh Brock going to come to pit road this next time as well. That puts us just past halfway. Phipps continues to lead. I'll be curious to see when he decides to come to pit road. I got to imagine he's going to try and run it out. Josh Brock hit us speeding on pit road. Looking for Kevin Savoy. Kevin about 2-2 back, which isn't a bad spot, figuring that he's he waited a little bit on the tires, so hopefully he can start to reel in Phipps. See what lap times are looking like right now. Phipps running 15.7, Savoy running 15.6 still. And then Double D running a 15.7 as well, so your top 4 could get really interesting here after a while. Check our gap again. Kevin's almost got him down to under 2 seconds. It's him and Diesel. Oh no! They make contact. Oh man, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at that. And we're gonna go probably from the blimp on this one. So Diesel stays high. And Kevin just drifted just a little bit too much. I don't think Diesel got it too bad, but all right. Well, that's going to bring your leaders to pit road. A lot of these guys will come back to the lead lap, but that's going to put Kevin Savoy into a hole. We're going to just check on some things here. Josh, you need me to take care of that EOL for Kevin? You're good. I got him when he pulls off of pit road. Yeah, this is going to suck for Kevin. But hopefully he can get back into it. Hopefully there's not too much damage left on this machine, or too much damage on this machine, I should say. We'll give him... Yeah, Diesel and Kevin wound up in the bottom of, I think it was the start-finish area. Diesel was completely 90 degrees to the track, and it auto through the caution. Well, we got 5 cars going to take a wave around here. Not the worst thing in the world. I think everybody's still kind of in it, so that's a good thing. Well, at this point, how many laps were we in? We're 80 in, or 88 in, so they should be able to make it to the end. So and Kevin Savoy, even though he gets an EOL, winds up right up near the front, so hopefully he can keep this thing going. We're green flag racing. Phipps out to a lead already. You got to think that Savoy is probably trying to figure out what this car is going to do. Hopefully there's not a ton of damage on that thing, and he's able to kind of keep up, but it does look like that car is tight off corner. As Phipps leads, Benell's second, and Dennis Daly sits in third. They've already got a big gap on the rest of the field. And actually, the drivers that got wave arounds, they're still a couple of them are still another lap down. So I hear something going on with Jeff Pless back here. Jeff running 5th right now. And the top 4 have just broken away, like, wow. Oh, Benell and Phipps touch off the start-finish line. Benell gonna try and clear him. They're still side by side for the lead. I'm sure Kevin Savoy's back there just drooling, because the harder they race side by side, the more interesting it's going to be. Nice, Donnie. I think you're really going to like that wheel. So the top 4 up 3.3 over Jeff Pless right now, and they are gone. Yeah, I think old Double D's sitting in a pretty good spot, just kind of waiting. Just don't worry about driving it forward. Keep the tires on it. You've got just about 50 laps left to go, so if you can keep it close without over driving it, I think you're in probably one of the best positions out there. Because it looks like Phipps might be dropping a little bit. Or maybe he's trying to save some tire. Still single file up front. That I did know. I think Dennis could sneak a win out of this for sure. You know, the Phipps might be biding his time waiting for Jesse to burn the tires off of it. Because while they're teammates, once you get that run, the teammate goes out the window sometimes. 105 laps in. Jesse Bennell, your leader. It looks like they're stacking behind Phipps. Like Dennis and Kevin don't really want to push it into the corner if they don't have to, but and there goes Savoy around the bottom of Double D. Wonder if Dennis is just thinking, you know what? I don't really need to fight right now. And if he's struggling, probably best to sit behind. They are starting to gap a little bit. Bennell getting a little bit of a gap over Phipps. Phipps getting a little bit of a gap over Savoy. But again, is Savoy trying to save, especially if there's damage to the right front of that car? Let's actually, I want to take a look at that. I don't see any damage to that car at this point, so here's hoping, but hard to say right now. Bennell gonna go under the 11 of Carter Nelson. Phipps gonna make it through 2. Savoy gonna come through. Looks like Double D's gonna go with him. And then we've got Diesel coming off of pit road, so he's gonna have fresher tires than these guys, which could make things a little on the interesting side. Bennell leads off turn number 2. Down the backstretch we go. This track's so tight, it's almost like you can't call it fast enough as we hit 114 laps in. These are the ARCA cars, Diggs. And they're okay. Like, there's times where they run really good, and then there's times where you'd rather run something else. So, but I see Savoy getting all over the back of Phipps at this point. Double D's dropped off just a little bit. They're technically supposed to be the old Gen 6 cars. So that's why they decided to run them, was it was supposed to be Gen 6 with an update, basically. And there's just times where there's some funkiness with them, like super speedways. It makes it a little on the tough side. So now it looks like Phipps and Savoy have pulled back in on Bennell. That is true, Diggs. That is true. I gotta wonder, because you see Phipps back off, and then he pulls back up, and then he backs off, and he pulls back up. I've got to wonder if he's trying to like balance some tire here, and hope that Jesse starts to burn up his tire. As they get ready to lap Dustin Haynes, Dustin going to take it to the high side, give these guys as much room as he can. We'll go to the high side again, let Phipps and Savoy hopefully get around here. Who just took the pole for the 500? How many people are left to qualify? Man, it is a tight three-way battle. Yes, Donnie, you will have to get the pit house software. We got 20 people left to qualify. Man, if he holds on, I'd be pumped for him. Phipps now all over the back of Benell. Closest he's been in a little while. See what else we got going on around this track. Double D, he's dropped off to about 2.6, so I gotta wonder if he hasn't burned up the tires a little bit. Plus is about 11 seconds back. Anthony Crownover, he's a lap down to Pless, but he's in front of Pless at the moment. He's running 6th. Then we got Eric Cap in 7th. Carter Nelson is in 8th. Josh Brock 9th. Dustin Haynes 10th. And Diesel going to be 11th. With Bowen in 12th. Oh, and we got Phipps to the inside of Bowen. Can he make it? He cannot. Benell pulls him off the corner. I gotta wonder if Benell or if Phipps is starting to try to test Benell. My God, if I can talk. We've got gonna be 16 laps next time around. The Gominator went went NIS racing. Is we got Phipps to the bottom. He still can't get there. But the Gominator's in the 500, so I don't think we're gonna see Tom win this one. But James, I heard him the other day. I think he said the only reason the UN87s races is because he lets you in. I think that's what I heard him say, is Phipps goes around the bottom side. He's still there side by side. Down into turn number 3. Phipps going to try and run it up the track just a little bit. Still can't get it done. Jesse holds the lead with 14 to go. Oh, that's funny. Phipps gonna try the bottom some more, but Benell gonna let him. I think he's hoping he'll burn up the right side tires on that car as they come off the corner. Benell still holds the lead. I think, oh, they touch in the corner as they've got the lap car. Eric Cap. Eric, oh man, he's trying to get out of the way. Kevin Savoy's got to be loving this, because I'm sure he's saving all sorts of tire watching this out his windshield. I'm going to bet not Diggs, because Corn last I knew was at like a 2200. Savoy pops the wall there. Benell holds the lead. Savoy down the backstretch, trying to get something going on the high side. See if he can't get a couple of more positions. He needs to beat Phipps to close up the gap. But he keeps tagging the wall, it ain't going to help him. 10 laps to go. For those that are interested, Korn will be streaming his race. That has gone live now. So once this is over, if you want to slide over to catch him over on ICW Gaming, that'll be the spot to find him. The Savoy is still trying to make that high lane work, and they make contact. Savoy trying to get back to him. Maybe try the bottom side this time. I don't know. I'm sure Benell wants to get to the lap traffic because it may help us as Phipps mails it up the inside this time. They door in the corner. Kevin Savoy going to drive it under Benell and see if he can't get the drive off and go after Phipps. He mails it up the inside of Benell. I don't think Benell's got much right front tire left. And Benell gonna mail it in that time. 5 laps to go. They're catching the lap car of Jacob Bowen. Bowen gonna keep it to the high side as best he can. Is Savoy gonna mail it to the inside of Benell again? They touch in the corner. I think Savoy's going to try and use the lap car as a pick. He does. Can he clear Benell? He still cannot clear him. He's running the same issue that Phipps did. We've got 3 laps to go. If Savoy wants to go for it, he's got to go now. 3 wide in the middle of turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Savoy going to send it again. Oh, he just cannot get the car to turn. He mails it again. 3 wide as we come off of turn number 4. Oh, there's contact. Savoy saves it. It's all Phipps out in front. He's got a 0.7 second lead. Phipps going to lead into 3. As he comes out of 4, it's all Andrew Phipps for the win tonight. Wow. See if we can't get the results up here in just a second. That was a hell of a run at the end by all 3, honestly. We'll get the results up. Andrew Phipps coming home your winner. Jesse Bedell second. Kevin Savoy is third. Dennis Daly going to come home 4th. Jeff Pless is 5th. Anthony Crown over 6th. Eric Cap 7th. Carter Nelson 8th. Josh Brock is 9th. Dustin Haynes 10th. Diesel Weasel 11th. Bowen is 12th. And the other 2 didn't even start, but Haller and McPherson ran out the field. All right. Let's see if we got some people for some interviews. As we're waiting for just a minute here. All right. I'm just waiting to see anybody jump up for interviews. Hopefully we get Mr. Phipps here in a minute. But yeah, like I said, if anybody wants to watch the 500, Korn's going to be live over on his channel here in just a minute. Or he is live right now. I'll be probably headed that way here shortly. Yep, and we've got our winner in here. Andrew Phipps.
Should have waited.
Oh, I didn't realize
What's
you were talking
up?
to Kevin.
Yeah, you're good.
My bad.
Oh man, that was awesome.
You come home with a win tonight, but for a minute there, I was wondering if you were ever going to clear Jesse.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder the same thing. That's what I was just about to say to Kevin. Is I think I attacked him too soon. I should have kept waiting and pushing him and get him to burn his right front off because I knew it was gonna. It was just a matter of time. He didn't top off with fuel. I know that tightened his car up, and I was able to sit behind him and try to save some right front,
Right.
while keeping pressure on him. And I wanted to wait a couple more laps before I attacked him, but Kevin was right there, and he was going to start attacking me, so it was time to go. And
Yeah.
oh, it was nuts.
Well, it was funny because about the time you start attacking, Kevin's just kind of riding, waiting. I think he was hoping that both of you guys were going to burn your tires up, and he could just sneak around the bottom there. But
I saw that too. I was like, oh shoot, he's saving.
Oh yeah, no, I mean you could. It was blatantly obvious. He's just kind of sitting back there, just twiddling his fingers, waiting for one of you to fall. But yeah, it wound up working out for you. You cleared Kevin, and then seemed like the lap cars kind of fell in your favor a little bit. You were at least able to clear them faster than the other two were.
Well, I got lucky. It's where you catch them. Like last week I caught them in all the wrong spots, and this week I caught them in the right spot.
Right,
So
right.
you get lucky with it. And I try to give them a lot of room, try to be really polite, and I figure if I see them again, maybe they'll treat me right. It's just courtesy. But yeah,
Right.
it was go time. I felt so bad for putting Cap 3 wide, but we had to go.
Well, yeah, and I don't even think he was ready for you guys, because it seemed like all of a sudden coming down into turn number 1, it was like, oh shit, I got to get out of the way.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't do that, but it was if he cleared me, I don't think I could have got back to him again.
Right. Well,
Oh my gosh.
a nice way to start the chase out. You pull off the win tonight, extend the points lead, obviously. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before I let you go for the night?
Thank all the guys in the league. This is I'm having a lot of fun. This was a good combo. A lot of the stuff we've raced lately has been super tight, and I mean this was super tight, but I mean at least you could race with it, and
Yeah,
hopefully we'll get some looser sets coming up, and you never know. Whatever it is, it's the same for everybody. It's the hardest part is just forcing yourself to back the corners up and not kill the right front. I was trying so hard the whole race to take care of my stuff. So I saw Kevin coming, I saw all those guys coming, so I was just doing everything I could. But no, I want to thank my teammates, thank Josh for putting this deal together, and thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. We love going back and watching it. So
absolutely,
thank you guys.
Well, congrats on the win, congrats on the extension on the points lead, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week, bud.
Sounds great. See you next week.
All righty. Andrew Phipps, everybody. All right, let's get our second place finisher in here. Jesse Bennell takes second on the night. You and your teammate, you guys keep just running hard against each other. I mean, we saw you guys dooring in the corners and stuff like that, but it looked like it was a hell of a lot of fun out there.
It was, man. And that's why we race like that. I mean, there's a couple people out there I feel comfortable racing like that. He's one of them. Kevin's another one. Crown over. I mean, we run hard, take it to the limit, but try not to cross it. I know Phipps and I had a little problem there in Michigan. We crossed the line a little bit, but so be it, man. That's why we do this. It was a lot of fun, and congrats to him, man. That's how you win a championship right there.
Well, it looked like second run versus first run, you saved quite a bit more, because it almost looked like I couldn't tell if the car just got overly tight on you in the first run, and then it kind of got a little bit better. Second run, you just kind of knew what you're looking at there. But I thought you were going to hold Phipps off for probably to the end there, but then it seemed like the car tightened up towards the end of the run.
Yeah, I the first run I always tend to run a little bit hard just to see where the tires were at before the first pit stop, and then I screwed up and I should have taken more fuel. I had auto fuel on that pit stop, and I knew coming out of the pits that I was going to get tight there towards the end, and I was hoping I could pick off traffic and get a little bit of a gap there, but they ran me down and hung on as long as I could. But yeah, just got too tight there the last 15 laps or so.
Yeah, and like we saw Kevin try to get around you, and I kept seeing him pop the wall every once in a while, and I wondering if damage didn't play a factor into why he wasn't able to get a good run at you, but you held him off, finished second tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before I let you go?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my mom. She's watching. She's feeling a little bit under the weather, so we hope she gets to feeling better soon. And my wife Amanda, I want to say hi to her, and I'll walk in the house and see her in a second.
All right, bud. Well, congrats on the night. Hopefully your mom gets to feeling better. And hopefully we can talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Have a good one, Jesse. Jesse Bennell, everybody. All right. And the man that finished third, everybody's favorite Canadian, Kevin Savoy, you come home third tonight after a little bit of a fender bender there with old Diesel Weasel.
Yeah.
And how much did the damage affect the car late run there?
I don't think it affected it really that much.
Okay.
The crew fixed it all, but it's more. I think I should have took a bit more fuel to get a bit more weight on the back, but it is what it is. I tried to get up there, and I felt it once I got close to them. The front end just wasn't there, and once they started fighting, I got up and to the outside of Andrew and thought I could make something work. I thought I might be able to get on the outside corner of Jesse and maybe
Right.
force him low, but the right front just gave up and it had nothing after that. They drove away, and
That's why I wondered if damage played a factor, but if you said they got it all fixed, because we saw you pop the outside wall a couple of times there off
yeah,
4, and I just didn't know if that was if
nah,
it was the
those are
air
just little
thing or
scrapes.
yeah.
No, those are just little love taps to the outside wall.
Well, see, that's the one thing that I've found with this game is what looks like a giant hit to me may not even be a hit to you guys.
Yeah, no, there's once or twice that I had a decent brush with it, but
Yeah.
most of them were all just like scrubs and just didn't cost anything, didn't cause damage.
Well, that's good. I mean, we saw you try to pressure Benel there towards the end, and it kind of looked like the midline was a better spot than the bottom, quite honestly.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if the bottom got a bit too warm with everyone running there, and the middle worked well.
Yep.
The outside, I don't know if it got too dirty. It just had nothing. I tried to go there in that first stint. I was catching Andrew really
Yep.
slowly on the bottom, so I thought, hey, I'll give the outside a run, but it cost me like 2-3 tenths on one lap, so
It looked like when the
wasn't working.
lap cars got up into it too, as you guys were passing them, they looked like they were fighting the car to keep it underneath them.
Yeah, it had no grip.
Yeah.
I think all the buildup was on top there, and it just had nothing.
That's the way it goes sometimes, but
Yeah.
well, still a good points night. You took third. Obviously, you know, right now you guys all got to beat Phipps to start reeling them in here. So, you know,
Yeah.
even with the fender bender, a third is a pretty salvageable, reasonable finish. So I don't think anything to scoff at there. Get out of Bristol without too many bumps, right?
Yeah. At the same time, I know Fitz was a good few points ahead already with the way the the chase starts, and he led the most laps. I didn't lead a lap, came third. So it's a bunch of points that are lost, and it sucks. But if we get car counts like this, it's gonna be extremely hard to make up points. So
Oh, for
it was
sure.
a bit of a shame. I wish I could have been ahead or get the win, get a few cars between us, but it's gonna be tough.
Yep. Well, like I said, third place on the night. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before I let you go for the night?
No, thanks. Just thanks to everyone that participates and watches the races, and hope you guys enjoy the show. It's always fun.
All righty, bud. Well, congrats on the third tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you again next week, bud.
Will do. Good night.
Yep. Kevin Savoy, everybody, your third place finisher. That's all that I've got from up here in the booth. You know, we get out of Bristol without too many lumps, bumps, and too many issues, I guess you'd say. But we're gonna be back for sure Friday night. I'll have the WNAS. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow night, but we'll get one of the opens definitely up and streamed for you guys. So on that note, everybody, have a good night. We'll catch you all again on Friday night.